Hello to the side and back. My name is Tokiku Uzuru, also known as Toki, and today we're going to be talking about what I believe the zodiac signs' love languages would be based on them being in either the 7th or 11th house. I think I need to explain that now. So I did a series all about the 5 main love languages and how you can tell which one the person has. And I've also done an entire series on where you would find helpful information for your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health using your astrology chart. But for a refresher, because the astrology series was definitely a while ago, the 7th house tends to influence your personal relationships. So basically like how you interact with your significant other. And your 11th house influences how you act and react to your friend group, but also how you deal with teamwork. Now, a good while ago, my mom ended up printing out this love language thing from Nebula, the app, I believe. And while my original idea was to see the difference between what Nebula says from this packet and what I've done research on, or my research findings on astrology, I ended up finding out that the information itself in this here pamphlet packet, it's only 3 sheets, mixes the 7th house with the 1st house type energy, or the sun, the core. It mixes the heart and the core. Now, of course, the way I will be doing this is I will say the zodiac sign, and I'll give how they show love romantically and how they show love platonically, while also giving a few key words to remember for when you have to go back, if you ever want to use this as a reference. As much as I've said that I've done research on this, this is my personal opinion based off of the information that I still have from when I researched this. Now, on to the actual video. First one, Aries. 2 words to keep in mind: fiery and passionate. They like starting stuff, hence the reason why they're the first sign. Romantically, I think they would show their love in like physical touch and acts of affection. They just like doing stuff. And platonically, I feel like they would either have quality time or acts of service as their love language. Next is Taurus. Taurus tends to be a more possessive sign when it comes to things that they have. They think they own it. So romantic, they love showing their love through physical touch, either wanting to feel safe or wanting to make you feel safe, but can also be possessive. Platonically though, I think they're more of a gift-giving shower of love. They love spoiling their friends with their riches. Third one, Gemini. The main word the key word that I want you to keep in mind for Gemini is intellect. They love thinking and possibly overthinking. So for both romantic and platonic, it would end up being quality time. Most of the time, if you're in their inner circle of friends or are their significant other, they have found you to be very interesting. Number 4, Cancer. The first key word for the Cancer zodiac sign that I thought of was motherly. But the second one would be caring, because that's what a mother does or is supposed to do. They care. They show their romantic love through acts of service, because just they want to make sure that you're taken care of. But platonic, they either love hanging out with you in general because you're calming to them, or acts of service because, again, maternal instincts. Number 5, Leo. The key word to keep in mind for Leo is royalty. They love to be treated like royalty. So romantically, they love acts of service. They show their love through acts of service or gift giving. They want to go ahead and give you something that reminds you of them, or they want to go ahead and treat you like royalty because that's what they think you are. However, platonically, I'm pretty sure they're words of affirmation type showers of love, showering people with compliments and encouraging words. Number 6, Virgo. Now, through personal experience, I can honestly say that Virgos tend to be more controlling and stressed out. So if they're going to end up showing you that they care, that they love you, it's usually through acts of service. Both romantic and platonic. We are halfway done. What? We are halfway done and moving on to number 7. Libras. Libras tend to like to go ahead and keep things balanced, so they want to go ahead and try to please everybody. And once again, the romantic and platonic way that they show their love and gratitude for people is by spending time with them. Number 8, Scorpio. There's this whole funny thing that goes around in the astrological realm of the internet, where it's like, oh, Scorpio is like the secret fire sign, but it's actually a water sign. So the key word that I thought about while thinking Scorpio was secretive. They don't just show you who they truly are. So if you want to end up learning about how they show their love, you're going to end up having to go through an entire first layer of quality time with them, for both romantic and platonic. And with specifically platonic, you'll end up finding out that they're more likely just acts of service and gift giving, because they hear you complain about something and they're like, hey, you said you needed this. Now that I'm thinking about it again, it's kind of like a tsundere. Lucky number 9. Is it that lucky? Sagittarius. 2 specific key phrases came to mind when I was thinking about Sagittarius and their love languages, or at least how they show their love languages. And that would be freedom seeking and teaching. So romantically, they show their love in words of affirmation, but they also love receiving acts of service. And platonically, quality time. Number 10, Capricorn. The key word that I keep in mind when I think of Capricorn is practical. They love to do practical things. Romantically, similar to a Scorpio, you're going to have to go through the phase of quality time before you actually get to whatever they're hiding or keeping from you. They like the slow burn type of romance. However, platonically, they love to show and receive words of affirmation. Similar to a Virgo, they tend to stay in their own heads. Number 11, Aquarius. So I ended up having to look for the 7th and 11th houses under the Aquarius sign. And both of them happen to deal with being supportive. So romantically, an Aquarius would show their love for you through acts of service and words of affirmation combined. And platonically, quality time. As long as you're helping them to rule the world or do something weird. And last but not least, number 12, Pisces. Two keywords for Pisces: dreamy and forgetful. So romantically, they would show their love through words of affirmation, but would love receiving it through acts of service. Again, because they're forgetful. Sometimes they forget to plan. But platonically, they would love showing that they care for you through gift giving and acts of service. Because they just love doing for people. And that is all I have for today's video, because that is all I wrote. I also realized that I didn't do the stereotypical YouTuber outro thing that I would usually do in my last video. Like, I completely forgot about it. So I will go ahead and give it its time in this video by saying, and now it is time for me to do the stereotypical YouTuber outro, where I, as a stereotypical YouTuber, would ask you to do the following. Oh my goodness, why did I have to redo that like 3 times? Of course, this should go without saying, but YouTube says to say it anyway. If you like the video, press the like button. If you want to go ahead and see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see when these videos come out, hit the bell button and turn it to all notifications. If you have any other ideas that you would like to go ahead and share with me for future videos, you can go ahead and put that in the comments section below. And that is all that I have for today's video. I've said that twice now, and I will be going. This is your host Toki saying, Toki out.